Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Travis, aka Travesty, and today I'm coming at you guys with a Kharazad versus Sovereign cost analysis. Um, a lot of this comes from Byrog's Kharazad sheet and Solve summary sheet. So I have these tabs here that kind of like show the data that I used, but if you have specific prices for memory fragments, crons, essence of dawn, etc., like fail stack values, you could definitely access these links and you'll be able to see your uh, your own value. So the reason why I have the order number here is because if you need to reorganize this, you're going to want to put your average cost. These are all hard-coded values. You want to put your average cost here, and then it'll calculate your silver per AP. But for now, I'm using Byrog Hong's calculations and then just showing the different steps. Now, as you can see here, the silver per AP average is in billions, and I could start from base. I could list all of these separately, but I feel like most people are visual learners. Now, there is a silver per AP pity where I think this should be 0. I don't know why this is. There's no real pity cron cost for base to do pry, but then you get the pity costs here with sovereign weapon being like 1.4 trillion. But this tab, this sheet will be accessible after I upload the video. But considering most people are visual learners, I'm going to try to attempt to make a step-by-step thing in garmoth.com. Now, I'm going to be assuming average. If you assume pity, the steps are different. And I kind of go over all the steps here. I know it's a lot of text. I know it's a lot of numbers. And with that being said, I hope you guys find this video helpful. And we'll go ahead and get started with our steps, okay? So I have on my other tab the steps. So step 1, you're going to get your Kharazad to pry. In order, necklace is the best to get to pry. And then the rest are pretty much the same order. And then you're going to also want to get your Sov to pry. And we'll choose PvE stones for the Sovereign Reforge. You can choose whatever you want for these, but I'm just going to choose PvE for now, okay? Okay, let's see. Down. I don't know. Back. Yes, sir. Down attack is like very specialized. Okay. So this is step 1. You're going to get pry on everything. This is like the most easy step to understand. The cost from base to pry Kharazad Sov is the lower silver per AP. So that's step 1. Now we're going to go in step 2. And I'm going to be building this live so you guys can have an idea of the steps that you would make. So the step 2 is you're going to get your necklace to try. And I'm going to even go to step 3 as well. So this is step 2 and 3. So maybe I'll edit this and include all the steps that I put onto the side. But another step you're going to make is you're going to get Sov. And one thing I want to mention is this is if you're Suck or Awakening only. So I'm going to push both of these to Duo. But this is assuming you're Awakening only or Succession only. So you only care about one stance. If you cared about both stance, I have another tab that goes over both specs, but the steps are slightly different. And I feel like most people are not dual players like myself. So that's why I'm going to be focusing on this for the example. But if there's enough people that want me to do this step by step for both specs, I can do that. The steps are laid out here, and I think it should be quote unquote self-explanatory. By the way, this fail stack value, fail stack average plus silver, I completely just guessed, and some of it was calculated by Byrog, but honestly, do not use these. Do not use these values here to sort. You want to sort by this, or you want to sort by this. So depending on what you expect, you have silver per AP pity, and then you also have silver per AP average. We're going to assume average. You can see the fail stacks that are kind of used, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get back to the visual example here. So I think we just we're going to duo solve now. Whichever one you're going to do, awaken or main hand, that's the one you're going to pick. Again, this is kind of just trying to show you guys visually what I mean when I'm saying silver per AP upgrade. And then the last step we're going to do is try belt and rings. So this is step 2 to 4. So try belt and rings. And then we'll call this step 2 through step 4. Now, I definitely don't know how many of these you can make, guys. So if we max out, if we max out, it's going to be whatever. So we're going to have to adjust the build, or hopefully by the time we max out, you kind of understand what's going on. So step 5 is to get your necklace to Tet. Step 6 is get your earrings to try. Step 7 is to get your necklace to pen. Oh, I'm still on the earring. Necklace to pen. And after that, you're going to want to get your sovereign weapons to try. Okay. So this is step 4 to step 8. We could go even one step further and do the step 9, which is your Tet Kharazad belt and rings. So the reason why Kharazad upgrades are not the same across the board is because the earring has little weird gaps, and you can see it on the sheet where no AP is gained from like pry to duo. It's only pry to try. Similar try to Tet, no AP gained. You got try to pen. Okay, so that's why the upgrade for Kharazad is slightly different. So this is step 4 all the way to step 9. Okay. Now we're going to go from step 9, and I'm starting to get scared of how many builds there are going to be left. And again, these are based on averages. The pity step summaries and starting column S. And if you are one of those people that are expecting pity, we'll go over Debo conversion if you want to go that route. I think Debo conversion is more safe, and it's what I would do. But again, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But let's finish this up. So from step 9, we're getting our Sovs to Tet at this point. All right, and if you're only focusing on one spec, this is where you pick, which awakening or succession. From a silver per AP standpoint for shared, it's completely different, or not really. It's not really that much different, but every time you get a Sov upgrade, it's like a share. It's like double the cost because you only get 2 AP in one hand. Okay, so I split it up. Yeah, exactly. So from here, from step 9 to step 11 is we're getting our necklace to hex, and then we get our belt and rings to pen. And then at this point, you actually want to get pen Sov instead of moving your Kharazads at all. It's quite interesting. And then after you get the V Sovs, you're going to want to push your necklace to sept. Do we want to go to step 14 here? No, we'll stop here. This is step 9 to step 13. So I think 4 steps is pretty good. It might get confusing if I go too many steps at once, but we also don't want to max out the builds. So, okay, so from step 13, we're going to get our necklace to sept, and then we are going to get our earrings to pen. Once that is done, we're going to get our belt and ring to hex. And then after that, we're going to get our necklace to oct, I believe. And that's step 17. Step 18 is our belt and ring is going to sept. Yep. So we'll stop it here. So this is step 13. Step 13 all the way to step 19. Yeah, so a little bit more steps, I think. Or step 14 to 19. Step 14 to 19. I just realized that it should be +1. So this is step 5 to step 9. This is step 10 to step 13. Probably could have done more there, but I kind of want to show the different progression points. Step 9, 14 to 19. Okay. We only have a few more steps. So I actually don't think we're going to max this out. So we're good. So step 20. All right, so from step 20, we actually get our belt, ring, and earring from sept. Okay. No, step 19. This ends at step 18. So step 19 is getting our earrings to sept. Right? But then step 20 is actually just getting our belt, ring, and earrings to oct. So potentially you might see it, all these are oct, but the first to get to oct is going to be your belt and rings, and then your earrings. Then the step after that is getting your necklace to nav. And then at this point, you can actually go for the saw of weapon upgrade. All right. So this is step 20 to step 22. And I realize I might not have all these enabled. Let's enable all these. Sorry, if you guys were watching from the beginning, all that might have changed right there. So the step 20 to 22, and then now we're going to do step 23. There's only 3 steps left, so I think we're safe when it comes to amount of builds we can do. So step 23 is we're actually, instead of upgrading any of these from oct to nav, the necklace silver per AP gain is better. So we're going to get our necklace to deck at this point in the game. So that's step 23. Step 24, we're going to get our saw of weapon to oct, yeah. So whichever one that you are, specifically going for, awakening succession, that's the one you upgrade there. And then at this point, you go deck and the belt and rings and earrings. I will say if you're playing evasion, you want to go belt last, because the belt is the one you swap your centaur swap on, for mystic at least. Other people, they have evasion offhand, they don't care. Okay. And then after this, So this is step 23 to step 25. All right, and then the last step, as you can guess, is getting your weapons to pen or deck. So that is assuming averages. So this is assuming average luck. Okay. So this is essentially the upgrade kind of path that I would recommend from Kharazad to Sovereign Weapon. So everybody's going to have a different starting point when it comes to where they are. That's why I've have the item name, the upgrade, the AP gained, and then the silver per AP. This average cost is all from Byrog, Han's calculations, and then the silver pity cost is just the cron cost. It doesn't include the material to enhance. But if you're hitting pity, cron is going to be your largest factor of cost. So if you hit pity, and these are costume cron values, you can change this value. Right now it's calculating costume crons, but if you just replace that with 3, then you'd get your vendor cron value. Okay, so I know a lot of people watch me from EU, so if you wanted to change this for your value, then all you got to do is don't use costume value, use cron value, and then you can see if your steps change. I don't think it... Oh, you do it here. I think it changes slightly, but not too much. And you can see the vendor cron pity is 3.8 trillion. So this is essentially your silver per AP. This is silver per AP if you are, using both specs. As you can see, sovereign upgrades get pushed to later versus where if you're just sucker awaken only, it gets pushed earlier. Definitely let me know if you guys have any questions on this. And the last thing I wanted to discuss is the Debo conversion. So there are other considerations you can make when you are trying to upgrade. You can buy the Tet Debo, and that should go from 2 Pen Kharazad. So I'm calling it upgrade. I'm calling it base to Pen Kharazad, but in reality, you just buy a Tet Debo, and then it converts over. So there is a little bit of error in this calculation. I'm just kind of too lazy to figure it out. And then I had these values linked. Let me link them again. I'll link them after the video, but essentially these values are from the central marketplace. So all these values are pretty much manual inputs. I just need to link these again. The average cost is, I think it's supposed to be the neck value plus the sunk cost. And this is assuming the Kharazad you got on average, because the average cost to make a Pen Kharazad from base is 15.94, not including the base cost of the Kharazad. So that being said, as you can see, this is supposed to be okay. So average cost billion is 28, and that's because that's just central market base. So average cost doesn't really make sense here. So it should just be cost. But then the enhanced cost is 15.94. Because the enhanced cost is 15.94, your average is 12.06 billion less than doing Tet Debo to the Kharazad conversion. So if you went straight to Kharazad, Pen Kharazad, you'd save about, you'd lose about 12 billion. Now, if you assume pity on your Kharazad, then you're saving like 5.6 billion by buying a Tet Debo and converting it to Pen Kharazad. Now, the second conversion you can make is the Debo conversion. And I'm going to have to update these formulas before I upload this video. Don't worry, the formulas will be updated to be linked to these values here. So if you have different values on your marketplace, update these. And then these are kind of assuming averages. But again, these are manual input values I copy pasted over. So if you are not assuming average for your sunk cost, then you can type something different in here. And then this is at TET, the value. So yeah, so pity, anytime you compare to pity, it's going to be better to convert. Same with Debos to NAV. NAV being pretty darn bad depending on the marketplace. You save a lot by not pitying, because if you pity to NAV, it's like 315 billion to pity. So that being said, Debos on NA are around like 200 billion, but the average cost to enhance from Pen Kharazad to NAV Kharazad is about 158 billion. And that's why I'm going to have to update these formulas, because I'm assuming the sunk cost is adding cost. So like the Debo neck is 198 plus 15.94 should be 213.94. I'm going to have to, update these formulas so the neck, that these are drawing from the same one, so that if you sort it, and how you sort is you go to data, create a filter, then you can sort. Right now it's sorted silver per AP already for you. So essentially you can see what is going to be a very quick upgrade. When it compares to like enhancing your Kharazad from base, I would say if you believe in your luck, then you can, then going the TET Debo route or Pen Debo route is not needed, because you're saving quite a bit of silver by baking it yourself. As you can see here, Pen Debo earring, you're saving like 82 billion on average if you enhance your Kharazad earring by yourself. But that being said, if you believe you're very unlucky, then I would get Pen Debos and convert them to NAV, and then enhance from there. And honestly, if I was in the position outside of not having Pen Debos, or I didn't have Pen Debos before the Kharazad conversion, I would actually go for Pen Debos, because I wouldn't want to test my luck on the Kharazad. But that being said, it's more cost efficient to enhance Kharazad yourself. So yeah, just something to think about there. So I think I've gone through everything. You can go here and update the values for yourself. The main thing you're going to want to update is your average cost. The pity cost you don't have to update, because it's assuming you hit Agris, and then if your cron value is different, then you can update that. But I'm assuming costume crons for this. And yeah, I think that covers it. I'll put this link here. If I do get like a request to do the pity, or not the pity route, I can do that too in another video. But essentially, silver per AP, pretty simple. Wherever you're starting might be different, so you just want to look at these values. If you already have something done, you can cross it out, and then you go to the next one. And getting brackets is also something to think about as well. Some of these AP gains are 2 versus 1, so definitely something to think about. So I hope this video helped. I know I kind of rambled on. Took me a while to put this together. It's definitely more of a numeric evaluation. So I hope this video helped, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.